Welcome, Kat.
Hello.
Hello. Please tell everybody who you are and what you do.
So I'm Kat Vane from the band Stølen. I'm the lead singer, and that's pretty much all I do.
That is awesome. So, can you tell people what the sound is for Stolen?
That's a very good question. From the first album that we have out, a lot of people say it's very like glammy or sleazy, but over the time since we've been playing live, it's changed a lot. Now it gets compared more to Wasp and a little bit heavier things like that. So I don't think there's like one specific sound. We're very unique in that sense. Everyone
Mhm.
brings in their own inspirations to the band. So I couldn't name the sound. I don't think there's this name for it yet.
Okay. Yeah, I'd say that was a great description. Some glam, some sleaze, sometimes a little bit heavier.
Mm,
Um, the vocals have the like rasp of gospel. So that throwback sound
yeah.
that inspired bands like Cinderella and all that.
Mm.
So, when did you first realize that you loved rock and metal music and you wanted to create more of it?
Probably when I moved to Sweden when I was 11 or so, then we got MTV for the first time. And that's the first time I ever saw like metal bands and all the metal music videos. And that was the first time I really got into it. And then from there, it never stopped, pretty much.
Where did you move from when you moved to Sweden?
From Budapest to Stockholm.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool. I really liked Budapest personally when I went there.
I'm
Um,
actually from Budapest, but I've barely lived there. I mostly lived in Sweden. So,
cool. Um, if your music were a movie soundtrack, what would the movie be about?
see, I thought about this. Do you know the movie Strip to Kill? It's a
No.
very old horror B movie. It's very good. I think it's very good. It's about these police detectives that go underground, I guess,
Hmm.
as strippers, and then a bunch of strippers die. So like a horror B movie, a very cheap, lots of slasher stuff like that. That would probably be our movie.
That actually sounds perfect for your music. Um, if anybody who's watching is trying to find Stolen, you gotta use the O with the cross.
Yeah, please, or it
Yeah,
won't come up.
yeah. But if you use the correct O, you'll find it easily. So,
Exactly.
I had the same problem. The special
Yeah,
characters, the umlauts, beware,
I know.
everyone. Beware.
We
Uh,
tried to change it. It doesn't work. Like we
yeah,
tried to think when you Google it that you can find it, but you have to use it.
yes, you do.
Hmm.
And I did not know that either when I used to umlaut. So, warning. All right. So, if you could collect any three pieces of rock memorabilia of all time, what would you like to have?
Oh, that's such a hard question. I'm trying to think what I would want to have. Probably Doro Pesch's clothes from the 80s, all of them, if that counts.
Hmm.
What else? Something from Vitain, anything, like jewelry, 'cause I love Vitain. And then lastly, probably something from Aerosmith, like a scarf or something, or from Van Halen,
Ooh,
both.
this is
Mm,
a complete look. It's like a heavier or an edgier Doro Pesh, but with a scarf. Um,
exactly.
yeah. And in a slasher film with all the sleaze. I love
Yeah.
it.
I
Coming
think that describes our band very much. It's a mix of everything. A little black metal, a little sleaze put together.
yeah. Thinking about like how Steven Tyler influences it. If you could,
Well,
oh,
yeah.
go ahead.
I'll just answer that. I think just Steven Tyler's a great singer and he's a great performer. So just like David Lee Roth is a big inspiration. So like that, I guess.
Yeah,
A big
big,
thing.
big, like happy personalities.
Yeah, I love that. And I love how they just don't care. I think that's also very important not to take yourself too seriously, you know?
Yeah, they
So,
definitely don't take themselves too seriously.
mm.
Um, If you could book a dream festival, who would you put on the lineup?
How many bands can we have? Should I say like five so we don't go overboard?
Yeah, I mean, or it could be like yeah, it could be as many or as few as you want.
Okay. Definitely would have Doro Pesh. It's a big one. Van Halen we would have. Who else? Poison. I know that's not very heavy metal of me, but I love
Oh, I don't
Poison.
know.
Poison would have to
Poison's
play.
great.
I
Yeah,
love Poison. Brett Michaels.
yeah, Brett
Um,
Michaels is another big smiling personality who doesn't take himself too seriously. Like he's a
yeah,
great person. We love him.
and Rock of Love. Great show.
Amazing. One of the
I
best
watch that show
pieces of
every
television.
day, pretty much. So good.
It's so good.
That's one of my guilty pleasures for sure. And then who else would we have? Then me personally, I would probably have then yeah, some heavier bands like Wasp, The Tame wouldn't really fit anywhere, but would like to have that. And then yeah, Black Sabbath. That's why we have the Black Sabbath shirt.
Today we're doing Soul Grinder here. Um,
Ooh.
so you kind of look like the girl that won on Bret Michaels' Rock of Love.
Which one? Because there was three seasons.
Yeah, the first round, the girl that had like some pink in her hair.
Oh yeah.
And that he was totally spitting with her.
I know.
So that's like a badge of honor. Bret Michaels
I
would have
wish
chosen you.
I hope so. I would have won that season. I've watched them all of them so many times. I would know exactly how to win if I could go
I
back in time.
I tried to tell Olaf from
It
Enforcer that he needed to recreate that show.
would be funny. Yeah.
But the time has passed. So uh okay. All right. So looking back on everything, moving, the band,
Yeah.
the albums, what was a big decision you made that turned out to be a great choice?
It was actually probably moving to Germany. Because originally I was living in England in Birmingham, home of Judas Priest and Black Sabbath. And then I met all the guys in the band, and because of that, I moved to Germany to Essen. So that was a big during Corona as well. During the lockdowns, I moved
Wow.
here. Yeah, so I would say that was the biggest thing, weirdest thing I've ever done. I literally packed all my shit, left like my apartment, totally everything in there, and then just moved to Germany. And then everyone in England, all my friends had to pack everything and send it back or send it to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's great to have that kind of help from your friends. That uh,
Absolutely.
definitely run into that situation before.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, so you've lived in a couple of countries, briefly in Hungary, then in Sweden, England, and now Germany.
Yeah.
Very international spy of you.
I know, and I was born in Finland, so
Ah, okay. So
more
very,
complicated.
so are
Yeah.
you actually an undercover cop stripper? That's
Oh,
the
I
burning
hope so.
question.
Stripper, I don't think I'd be a very good stripper, but I'd be a good cop for sure. Or
Okay.
maybe a serial killer, since our album cover,
Oh yeah.
Status Quo.
So so you're more like an international assassin that Bret Michaels would
Mm.
have a crush on.
That's a good one. That could be the new Instagram bio.
That's probably how I'm going to describe this episode. So, um, uh,
Mm-hmm.
okay. So, what is your favorite gear and your favorite stage wear?
So I mean, you see, I don't really wear that much stuff on stage. I wear usually like this vest and like a bra and some pants, but recently we got this really thick studded belt, which looks like a wrestler's belt.
Hmm.
I would probably say that's my favorite one right now. But it cut my stomach up everywhere. So we played recently in Don't Panic with Bloodfang and Ascendancy. And after the show, after we headlined, it was just blood everywhere because that belt was so sharp, it was cutting everything up.
Ouch. Oh my God.
Still stage wear though.
Where did you find it? Is it a handmade
Yeah,
kind?
it's from Etsy. Actually,
Oh,
my guitarist bought it for my birthday. He also has one. We have the same one. That's very cool.
did
It has like five layers of studs or something, or five. rows, I mean, not layers, but
Okay. Does it cut him too, or just you?
oh, just me because he wears a t-shirt. I just wear my bra, so then it's all just really stomach out. Yeah.
Mm, oh, well. And what about your favorite gear?
So as a singer, I don't really have gear. Like I don't use in-ears. I don't use a lot of stuff. I'd say my microphone stand. I love my microphone stand. I bring it. That's the only gear I own. I bought it for like 30 euros. It goes up and down.
Uh-huh. Yeah, okay.
Very cool. I know it's not that interesting when you're a singer,
No,
but
no.
I
Singers
don't really.
actually, singers always say that, but when I start to like prod a little, then
Mhm.
actually they discovered that they do have more to say about their gear than they think. See, like right now,
I
what are you
have
gonna
another
say?
one. Jello Revoice. Jello Revoice. The tablets, singing tablets, great. They're
Hmm.
super good. I recommend it to everyone. We were on tour with Tail Gunner, and everyone had Jello Revoice. All of the singers had it, and it was like I don't know how many packets we had, like 18 of them at some point. Really
Okay.
recommend it. It's very
See?
good.
And yeah, and what about like a Steven Tyler scarf for your microphone stand? Do you have
The
anything?
only I have a knife, so that's pretty cool.
See, you had way more gear than you thought. What's an assassin without a knife?
But you know what's funny about that knife, which not a lot of people know? I bought it in a costume store, and then I repainted it with my Warhammer paints to make it look real because we weren't allowed to bring a real knife on stage. But I think for the next one we will just sneak one on because I think it's so embarrassing. Like when you slap it against something, it's so hollow. Like from far away you can't tell, but it's just a yeah, like a cheap costume shop knife that I repainted with Warhammer. Yeah.
I think that's great. That's very resourceful and
Yeah,
creative.
well,
Making your
exactly.
props is like I don't know, it just makes an act very distinctive. It's like having a costume designer create pieces especially for you. So I think it's great that you made your knife. Um, all right. So after a long day touring or recording in the studio or writing at practice, how do you like to take care of yourself?
Um, so the cool answer would be to go out and party, but the real answer is probably I would just go home and then go walk in the forest or paint Warhammer because I'm a nerd. Or
Nice.
play World of Warcraft, yeah.
Yeah.
Would be the
Walk in
real
the
answer.
mm. All right. Well, I love that. I hope everybody gets to walk in a forest this week. So now we're gonna play the final game.
Yeah, I was waiting for this.
Okay. I try not to make it insane, but also hard. So,
Okay.
Coven or Tina Turner?
Uh, Coven, probably.
Okay, what do we love about Coven?
The album cover is fucking great. Oh, sorry, can you swear? Because it's America. I don't know.
Yes, you can swear. Everybody swears.
I'll try not to.
We've also got like naked Jinx being,
Yeah,
sacrificed.
exactly. What's not to love?
So I feel like we can swear. Um, no, the swearing thing is long gone. I cannot run
Okay,
any.
good. I would worry.
I tried to
Like,
like run ads for this series.
hmm
I got blocked because of the swearing, and I was like, oh, all right, well, that's already over because we all swear and whatever. So
I'm actually proud of myself. I didn't swear that much. I usually swear a lot, so
very ladylike of you.
I try.
Okay, so Janis Joplin or Betty Davis?
Ooh, ugh, trying to think. Probably Janis Joplin. Yeah, she's amazing, and her voice is so good.
Yeah, I figured that these two probably had an influence on your singing style.
Yeah, that's actually true. I listen to a lot of like 60s, 70s music. So, what
Yeah.
else do we listen to? I always think like people think that we listen to a lot of like metal or things like that, but usually when we're in the studio or in rehearsal rooms, we listen to a lot of 50s rock and roll, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Like if anybody's ever played Fallout 4, like that kind of music.
Uh-huh.
things
Okay.
like that. A lot of our inspiration comes from bands like that.
Yeah, I think that when an artist, whether they're a musician or a visual artist or theater, whatever,
Mm,
goes to the roots of their inspiration. So, like, if you like Gustav Klimt, then you might be looking at like Japanese prints and like jewelry from his era instead of copying his work to create something that has a lot of the same flavor without being derivative. And
yeah.
so I do think that like some people are surprised by like what's in the vinyl game because it's a lot of older stuff, but it's
Mhm.
I know what's going on here. So yeah. All right, so Joan Jett or Pat Benatar?
Oh, I have to say Joan Jett. I remember the first time I saw Joan Jett as a kid, it was like the coolest thing in the world. Because she was like the first girl I ever saw that played rock and roll. So
And
shout
she
out to Joan Jett. Got
yes.
my very first like haircut from her, like a real rock and roll haircut when I was like, I don't know, 12, and it looked horrible because I didn't know how to style it.
Yeah.
But it was like, tiny steps on the way to where we are now.
Uh-huh. Totally. I remember like I had grown my hair really long and I went to a salon and I was like 14 and I said I want an orange mullet like Axl Rose and they gave me an orange mullet like David Bowie.
Ooh,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
that's hard. I went through the orange Bowie time too because I used to have black hair and then I went blonde and then you have to, go through that weird orange
Mm,
phase.
yeah,
Yeah, was
it's
not
tough.
great.
Kate Bush or Bonnie Tyler?
Ooh, Bonnie Tyler. I listen to Bonnie Tyler all the time actually. It's not even funny. And
That
her hair is great. I used to do my hair a little bit like that, but now it's too long, sadly.
the back of it is very
I
Dune,
know.
very Frank Herbert. Um,
Dune, I've been reading all the Dune books. They're all great. I'm on the last one. Favorite series ever.
well, of course, because it's like you should listen to Bonnie Tyler while you read Dune.
Yeah.
I mean, um, yeah, and she's got all the rasps too. I love that I'm actually nailing your taste in music right now.
I really did. Actually,
So,
really.
Susie Quattro or Girls' School?
Oh man. I would say Suzy Quatro personally, but the Girl School album cover is kind of what inspired our album cover. So
Okay,
it's very
okay.
good.
I like that it came from the Girls' School cover because I actually thought it looked like oh, the Southern rock band. I can't think of who they are right now because it doesn't have a girl in it, so I can never remember their names if they don't have a girl in it. So anyway, Girls' School.
No, Girl
Lots of
School.
I love the photo album inside. All
But
right.
I was a picture of Girls School and also Iron Maiden. They had I forgot what album it was. I'm being stupid, but they had one which was also kind of on the street, so we mixed it together a little bit. That's where it came from.
Gosh, yeah. I'll
I'm being stupid. I know I'll remember it after this, but
I know. Yeah, it's the same thing. I actually think that I'm God, that's so annoying. But anyway, if hey, watchers, if you think you know what albums we're thinking of, leave it in the
and then
comments. We'll come
help
back
us
to
out.
it. All right, and then
Oh
these are two
man.
newer bands. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so Mean Mistreater or Vorlust.
I have to pick me and Miss Streeter for my boy.
Oh
Shout
yeah,
out to my boy.
Quentin.
Yeah, shout out to my boy. So I have to pick him. And
Oh,
he's coming to Houston, and we're gonna party together. So I'm really looking forward to that. And they're a great band, so
yeah, they're great live. Very cohesive group. Janice is amazing. And yeah,
mm,
and Quentin, he was like actually very open about his stage fright, which was like encouraging, I think, to anybody else who experiences it that he looks so cool when he's up there playing guitar, but he said that he's really nervous. So
everybody I think is nervous. I don't know anybody that's not nervous.
I have had a couple guests come on. Luna from Angel Fury is not nervous.
I
So,
mean, for me, sometimes I'm nervous and sometimes I'm not. I'm usually like a little, I have like a little anxiety. I'm like, oh, I want to get it started. But then as soon as we start, then I'm fine. It's
oh,
right before you have to start, like that 5 minutes that I'm like, okay. I think maybe that's apprehension. I just want to be like, let's go, please.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well then, so yeah, you're familiar with Mean Mistreater. This one just came in the mail for me yesterday, Vorlust.
Okay.
Um, there's like a film coming out from the singer of this, and I'm super excited. It's about like a group of kind of like women that became, well, like sort of like import brides. They immigrated, married, and then they rebel. So I'm excited for this movie. It's gonna be good.
Cool. Yeah, that sounds very cool.
Yeah. Rock Goddess made it, so it's gonna have a lot of flavor. All right. So that's it. Thank you so much for your time today, Kat.
And thank you for having me.
You're so welcome. Bye.
Bye. Bye.